Corla. Taoiseach, almost 1 in 4 applicants for international protection is a child. 6,755 children are living in direct provision. Their parents receive a payment for them of just €29.80 per week. The Child Poverty Monitor 2024, published yesterday, reports that this falls well below a minimum essential standard of living. They say it's not enough, of course, to cover basic needs like food, healthcare, school supplies, clothing or footwear. It forces thousands of children who have no responsibility for the situation that they're in to live in consistent poverty. The government knows all of this. This isn't news. But the government is planning not to end this deliberate policy of impoverishment, of immiseration, but instead to expand it. You're going to bring more children into this system. Ukrainian kids must be made equally miserable by having their payments also cut to €29.80. They must also be ground down to the same subsistence level as the kids in direct provision. It's the same sort of performative cruelty on display when you pick up and destroy the tents of vulnerable people who have almost nothing in this world just to show that you're taking the issue seriously. How can you justify the cruelty? Are the children to be sacrificed like the children drowning in the Mediterranean in the name of deterrence?
Deputy Murphy, I just completely disagree with your characterisation in relation to what we did around Mount Street or indeed at Grand Canal. I mean, we nearly had a public health emergency at Mount Street. You would have read of some very significant situations that people were encountering. Every single person who was in a tent at Mount Street with access to without access to proper sanitation got relocated to a better facility. Not an ideal one, but a better one. And I genuinely believe there's a humanitarian element to this. Similarly at Grand Canal. So yes, tents are then disposed of on the grounds, on the health advice that you can't be reusing them, but people are provided with a better level of shelter and access to sanitation. That is the motivation. In relation to the decision we've taken in relation to Ukraine and people from Ukraine, we have provided a significant lead in time, but we've also only applied it to people in fully serviced accommodation, people who are being provided with free accommodation, with free food, with free utilities, and crucially, with the right to work as well. So, I mean, there'd be many people outside of that in alternative forms of accommodation were not covered by the government decision.